Sunday of October 26, 2025, the Russian embassy in Uganda that is headed by Ambassador Vladlen Semivolos, handed over to the Uganda People's Defense Forces UPDF under the supreme leadership of the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, a mega donation of military equipment from Moscow worth $53 million, which converts to 184 Ugandan billion shillings. It was a ceremony that was held at the Gaddafi Military Barracks in Jinja, and which forced the Ugandan president to slightly interfere with his schedule of the day, like cutting short his campaigns in Karamoja region of eastern Uganda and delaying his attendance of a church event at Lubaga, so that he may be part of the ceremony, even though it would have gone on without his presence, since the defense minister Jacob Oboth was already present, a move that highlighted the high diplomatic significance of the gesture by Moscow. It is in the aftermath of the handover that we have brought to you this video to take a look at 4 main military machines and equipment that the Russians could afford to donate to Kampala despite being in a military operation in Ukraine, so without saying much, let's take a look at them. Number 4, the TMK-2 trenching vehicle. This is a wheeled tractor that was originally developed in the Soviet Union in the late 1950s and whose production is ongoing up to date. The vehicle is designed to dig trenches in various types of soil, up to a depth of 1.5 meters, and as conspicuously seen, it features a rotary digging organ at the rear and a bulldozer blade at the front. Number 3, the IMR-2 Soviet-era tracked military combat engineering vehicle. Introduced in 1982, the IMR-2 is a military combat mobility vehicle designed to clear obstacles and create paths for military forces, even under hostile conditions, as well as act as a towing vehicle on the battlefield. Over the years, it has been used by both Russian and foreign militaries on the front lines, and saw service in various conflicts like the Soviet-Afghan War, the Chechen Wars and in the ongoing Russian invasion of Ukraine. Number 2, the GAZ-66 military truck. This is a Soviet-era and later Russian 4x4 off-road military truck that was primarily used as a main transport vehicle for motorized infantry and is still in use today. The GAZ-66 is known for its durability and off-road capabilities, and its uses include transport, where it serves as a primary cargo vehicle for the Russian army, transporting troops and supplies. It also has various specialized roles such as being used as an ambulance, a mobile communication center and as a command vehicle, and it's capable of towing various weapon systems, including mortars and anti-aircraft guns. Number 1, Project 04190 Aluminum High-Speed Patrol Boat. This is an aluminium patrol boat that is a product of the Russian shipyard Kingaset machine building plant. After the donation, the high-speed patrol boat will probably be used by the UPDF for patrols, search, rescue and law enforcement in Uganda's inland waters, like River Nile, Lake Victoria, Lake Albert, Edward or Kyoga. During the ceremony, President Museveni's son General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who is the chief of the defense forces and who had earlier met the Russian ambassador ahead of the donation, was missing and represented by the Land Forces Commander Lieutenant General Kiyanja Mahanga, and while receiving the equipments, President Museveni not only expressed his appreciation to President Vladimir Putin, but also acknowledged that Uganda's relationship with Russia is ideological and strategic. That Russia is a historically very good friend of Africa, and what the Russians had done in the gesture is just a glimpse of the good things they have achieved throughout the world over the years. He also announced the launch of a military mechanized major repair facility at the same Gaddafi Military Barracks in Magamaga, along with the ongoing construction of a similar workshop in Entebbe, and without saying much, let's take a brief listen at what the Ugandan leader and the Russian ambassador had to say in the ceremony.
This equipment, all of them are good. The obstacle clearer, the trench digger, the other machines like the boats, and then the workshops and the coastal station. They are all very important. And what the Russians have done is Okoroza, you people. Okoroza is one of our words to make somebody taste something so that you can see, you can want more. because like the trench digger, it makes work so easy. Our relationship with Russia is not just defense, security, and so on. It is also ideological and strategic. That's why I had to go from the campaign to come here, because I came from very far. I came from Karamoja, and I had to go to Lubaga to be with my Christians, and to come here to be with my international fraternal comrades, the Russians.
I just want to take this moment to thank you very much for accepting to come and officiate at this function. We also want to thank you for the strategic guidance and leadership that you give to our ministry and the Uganda People's Defense Forces. And thank you for your wise decision that you make in prioritizing security and defense matters as a precondition for any country to develop. We want also to thank our Russian friends, the Russian government, for the donations that have made.
On behalf of the Chief of Defense Forces, General Museveni Africa, I want to express our deepest gratitude for the military support provided by the government of Russia to the Uganda People's Defense Forces. This assistance is not just equipment and resources, it represents a powerful commitment to security, peace, and stability for all. I want to take this opportunity to recognize the historical contributions by Russia in the liberation struggles of African countries. Russia, primarily through the then Soviet Union during the Cold War, contributed to African liberation by providing ideological and military support, including weapons and training to various liberation movements.
Bilateral engagements of our states in the international and regional fora are strategically focused. We share common perspectives on a variety of acute global issues, undertake joint efforts to widen the scope of cooperation, promote mutually beneficial projects in the areas of common interest, contributing to strengthening and expanding the basis of relations between our nations. The last meeting between the President of Uganda, His Excellency Museveni, and the President of Russia, His Excellency Vladimir Putin, at the second Russian-African Summit in 2023, laid down a solid foundation for deepening of practical mutually advantageous ties between our countries. We strive to facilitate the implementation of its decisions to realize the full potential of our collaboration.
The mega equipment and facility support is expected to boost the Uganda People's Defense Forces military engineering resources and fleet, as well as capacity to repair and maintain its fleet of armored and mechanized vehicles locally.